good movie. My dad even gave it an A, not an A plus, but an A. And that movie will make you feel so proud to be African American, have some African blood running through those veins. It will make you feel proud. Like, bruh, it is just so amazing. I'm gonna be honest, I was shaking in my seat a couple of times, and that movie, that was the only movie I have ever been to that it received a standing ovation. Well, not a standing ovation. There was an ovation, but it was an ovation. That's the only movie I've ever been to with an ovation. Sorry, you're hearing this. We're in the car.
Wasn't it Hidden Figures?
Oh yeah, Hidden. Do you think Hidden Figures had that one?
After you clap, I clap.
Well, yeah, you clap a lot of times. But no, it was like at the end they clapped.
Yeah.
But yeah, and like, you know how Thor Ragnarok was almost like just a pure comedy? This one went like down back a tone, like to when they first actually started making these Marvel movies, like back to Avengers. It went back to that tone, and I was so happy because like they made some jokes. They made a couple of jokes, and it was funny, but they were like really good at like keeping the mood sensible. And like when you hear those jokes, it's just like, oh my gosh, like they did that "what are those" jokes. So sorry, spoiler. I should have said that before. Well, I'll put like a little caption before that. But I still don't get that joke, where that joke came from. But you know, whatever. It was still funny. And I can tell you this: when I get the materials, I am so cosplaying as T'Challa or T'Challa's sister. Oh gosh, you gotta love Black Panther. And this movie is why I'm changing my little icon thing, my face thingy, whatever that is called, I forgot. That my profile picture. I'm changing my profile picture to an African American superhero because I am black. I forgot why I chose Chi-Chi. No, I didn't. I chose Chi-Chi because she was really strong. She was a strong woman in Dragon Ball, but then she went crazy in Dragon Ball Z, and now in Dragon Ball Super, she's just kind of there. But whatever, I'm talking about Black Panther. But you need to see this movie. If you see this movie, it will like play on all your emotions. It'll be just like, oh yeah, it satisfies your action, your romance, your comedy, your just like tearful backstory thing. You are just gonna like watch the first part of the movie, like not gonna really get it all that much, but then at the end it's just like, oh my gosh, like this was a good villain too. I'm just serious, that was a good villain, don't you think? He was a good villain. Like most of these villains in Marvel, they don't really give them much of a backstory, but this one made you actually like concerned for him and understand where he's coming from, like why he did all this. But it still doesn't really give him an excuse to do all that.
Almost be on his side.
Like not almost be on his side. I wouldn't be on his side. I would just, well, like that terrible friend.
Yeah.
He's a bad friend. T'Challa has a bad friend. Like, you would think that your friends would stick by you no matter what, especially if you're royalty, but no. What the frig? No. He's just not a good friend. And I even took a picture by the sign doing that Wakanda, like, whatever that thing was. It's like crossing your arms like you're in a burial tomb and then just kind of releasing them. But I'm just so proud of that movie. Marvel did a good job. I'm so glad Disney didn't ruin it, even though it owns Marvel now. Disney, thank you for not ruining this movie. And I'm going to tell you right now, it brings up a little bit of history up in here too. So unless I hope you're not a little lost on it, but you should do a little bit of reading on history about how African Americans got to America in the first place, because they mentioned a little bit of that in there. And they make it's not that much, but it's there, like at the end.
It's in there powerful.
It's in there powerful though. It will stab you through the heart, just like, oh, they went there. They went there. And it's just like, oh my gosh. But it was just such a good movie. And I was just so happy that they made it like almost all African cast too. Like they're really just setting us up in this movie. I loved it. Didn't you love it, Dad? That was, you can't hear him, but he's saying it's very good. Oh my gosh. Man, if I ever take the throne, I am so gonna be a Black Panther. You would probably only get that reference if you knew me. So, this was my first movie review. I hope you liked it. Sorry for the spoilers, but if you already watched it, you will probably agree with me on all this stuff. Please don't comment. Okay.